An easel.
Do a big clap.
Big clap. Oh, you do what you gotta do.
I'm going crazy here.
Go wild.
True. It's all the food critics. They're coming at you. Madeleines, rubber trays, action.
We're gonna make Madeleines.
All right.
And we're gonna make them in silicone trays. Do you know why we're gonna make them in silicone trays?
I do actually.
Oh, yeah?
Because there's a little bit more definition than the classic tray. Don't ask me what the classic tray is, but this is going to give us more definition.
When you butter and flour the molds, you have to be really careful on it because if not, they crisp up and they burn.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're gonna start by weighing everything out.
Okay.
That's my airing out.
Let's just get rid of those. We don't want those in the ingredients.
We're gonna go with, first of all, the sugar. This caster sugar here.
Sugar.
Yeah, the best part. Which we're gonna want 200
I love
grams.
sugar.
200 grams of it.
That's 2 with 2 zeros.
You
right?
got it.
Okay,
You're
great.
nailing this.
There we go.
To be exact as
Snowboarder
possible,
knowing his
but
maths. Can you believe that?
well, I imagine you have to know your maths, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
When you do tricks, do you have to? Is it all really planned? Is it like let's just go and do it, or is there like the physics thought about behind it?
There's definitely quite a lot of thought, particularly with competition runs.
Okay.
We have all of our routines, if you want to call it that. 198? No, we need a bit more.
Are they choreographed?
All planned out, yeah. So we know roughly when we do runs, like what tricks will get us what kind of score. And then obviously there's amplitude and execution and all that stuff. So it's one thing to have a very technical run, but you need to be able to execute it really well. So numbers is a factor. So how much you spin in a run is important.
And you got to, like, what happens if you're like slightly off?
Slightly off.
Is it crash and burn, or is it like
the Madeleines, they probably just don't taste very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't look very good. Doesn't feel very good. Got to be exact.
I think that's like
my
baking.
200 actually.
Yeah, that was
just
bang
so everyone
on.
knows. I got that absolutely
Spot on.
on 200. I do make eggs every morning, so it should be
Oh, look
smooth.
at that. Perfect.
Yeah. I'm not a one-hand cracker yet.
When did you first start snowboarding? How old were you?
I can't remember the first time I went snowboarding because I was so young, but I was around 3 or 4 years old when I started. I skied first a little bit, not for long. And the story told is I started snowboarding because I wasn't listening to my ski instructor. And I would just go off on the mountain by myself without him or her, whoever was my ski instructor at the time.
That's quite dangerous, right?
And they put me on my snowboard to stop me and slow me down, which worked for a little bit. And then,
for a while.
Yeah, sure enough, I figured it out. So
you must have been pretty young because I can't ski.
okay.
I've never tried. I've been on a dry slope.
Right.
But I don't think that.
That's very British.
I don't think that counts.
Okay.
But do you think that people can like learn pretty quickly, even as adults? Because I feel like as children, you pick things up really easily, don't you? Whether it's
as a
music
kid,
or sport.
I mean, you obviously naturally as well, you're not as prone to being scared or fearful of the outcome or what the potential is. So you probably don't have to overcome those initial challenges. And then when you're an adult, you just become very aware of what could happen. So yeah, when you're an adult, I think it's a little harder than when you're a kid.
Yeah.
And when you're a kid, you're obviously more resilient. You can take more bumps and get back up and keep going and
Just
trying.
keep going.
So
I can horse ride.
yeah.
So I feel like
there you go.
You've got the balance,
See, I've
right?
never ridden a horse in my life.
You've not?
No, I'd love to.
You should do it.
Just looks very elegant.
I mean, it
The
can
hat.
look elegant and
Yeah.
classy, but it can also
Probably
look
not for me.
Do you want to do 250 grams of flour?
250.
Yes, this is a plain flour. Do you find that if you're trying something new or choreographing something, there's a moment where you're like, your nerves get the better of you?
Yeah, every time.
Oh, really?
Still to this day, yeah. But I like it. I think sometimes fear can be perceived as something that we obviously want to run away from. Mm-hmm. So for me, I try and just embrace it. It means that I care about what I'm doing. I'm switched on with what I'm doing. It's obviously very dangerous. So sometimes I think that if I'm not intimidated by what I'm doing, that I'm not, I don't have the same intent or the adrenaline to actually do it. So I would say that I use it as a strength rather than something that would to stop me from doing it. What do we
We're
need
going to do
next?
baking powder because the flat is plain flour anyway. So that's the rising agent that we need. So just give it a bit more of an oomph.
Fluff.
Do you want to zest this lemon?
Yes.
The whole lemon into the bowl.
Yes. I have my red boxing gloves, which I use. They actually look a little bit like boxing gloves, yeah. But they're my gloves. They're like my signature kind of glove that I actually sell, which is quite fun. You see kids and people out in the mountain with them, and they look like boxing gloves, like traditional boxing gloves, but they're actually like snowboard gloves.
Okay.
So that's one of my things that I definitely do. I always have those on every time I compete. But as a ritual I think generally just for me, I always say like work's good when life's good at home. So when, you know, Chloe's happy and obviously got a little baby now, which is fun.
How old is he?
It's a huge, he's 9 months.
Oh.
It's a massive difference for me if, you know, I haven't been managing my life at home, or I lose the balance, I guess, between my sport and my life at home.
Does it lead into home ever when you've got big competitions coming up and stress? Sure. And
we're very good at communicating, and she obviously can tell when I'm like in that place. She gets me to have a little bit more fun, be more playful. Just be in the moment. Sometimes, obviously, in sport, you try and anticipate everything and control everything when things are out of your control. So I just...
Great job.
Is that zesty?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Beauty. Being grounded is really important, and having balance between sport
and home life.
And what I'm trying to do on the mountain is important, which you hear a lot. So there's no certain ingredient to make it perfect, and it always changes too, so...
Like when you can read someone, that's like my mum to me. She always said, I've got bipolar, and she knows like 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
Even anything
if
kicks off.
Coming.
Yeah. Like I'll ring her and I'll be like, oh mum, this isn't good. And she's like, oh yeah, I had a feeling this was coming. I told your dad 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, what? How does this woman...
There you go.
How does she
knows you.
She know? It's really weird, but it's nice when you have someone that you can kind of, I guess, rely on if you don't pick up the things. And I imagine like growing up competing, especially competing, there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And I imagine most people are in sport or whatever it is, whether it's music, there's like a perfectionism to it, and you want to get it bang on. And if not, like your own worst enemy, I guess.
Probably, yeah. One of my more challenging times was when I was about 15. I got the chance to qualify to go to the Olympics in 2010, which I made, which was amazing. An incredible experience, but it was also probably the most challenging time because I got the opportunity. I was one of the best juniors in the world at the time, went into the men's category. It's obviously a severe reality check in terms of performance. You go from being the best to the worst overnight.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're competing against, the best guys in the world. And then that was pretty hard to manage because I wasn't, exceeding people's expectations. Obviously hurts your ego. When you're 15, you don't want to talk about it because you want everyone to think everything's okay.
Yeah.
So I fell out of love with the sport like very quickly.
Did you ever think that was it?
Yeah, I did.
Like I'm packing this, with teenagers, you have that moment, I'm packing this shit and I'm not doing it again.
No, for sure. I had a moment where I decided it wasn't what I wanted to do anymore because I just didn't love it, and it was just more hard work than it was that I enjoyed it. And then I kept pushing it, and we fortunately, I ended up making the Olympics, which was great, but it was definitely a really good time for me to realize like what I was going to do moving forward.
Yeah.
From what were my priorities? Whereas obviously I wanted to be the best competitor that I could be, but how did we actually get that out of me rather than thinking that just keep on grinding and pushing, and it felt like just consistent adversity, which is amazing because I think now I learned a lot from that experience, but at the time I obviously didn't enjoy it. But now I know when I'm going down that road again and how to pull myself out. So if I didn't have that experience, I wouldn't know how to do that now. But yeah, it was challenging for sure. And I've got an amazing family that helped me through it.
Okay, so we're going to bust the molds.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter how messy it gets. And you want to just like...
Yep.
get in the mold and make sure the whole mold.
This is real athlete nutrition. I love it.
Yeah. So we're going to flour these.
All right.
So the flour's basically going to stop them sticking, essentially. Okay. And do you want me to show you one?
Yeah,
or do you want to go straight in?
Let's go for it.
Yeah? Okay, so we'll start with a small amount. And then what you want to do, normally with that bit of your hand, so you just tap it because it gives you a bit more control. That's it. And then just cover it all in flour. How do you deal with burnout when it comes to...
A burnout?
Yeah, like burnout. Do you know what I mean by that?
Like a car burnout?
So like mentally and physically, like especially mentally. Yeah. Like when you're doing all these competitions, all this training.
Yeah.
You've got a new baby at home.
Yep.
How do you deal with that? Like, I guess the mental burnout from it all.
Ideally, I don't use the word, but it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just being very mindful. Obviously not to do too much. When I get downtime, make sure I have downtime, not be halfway.
Yeah.
Not be in the grey. So if I'm training, I'm training. If I'm not, I try and really not.
Yeah.
There's never a time when I'm not training. Like I've always got to be physically doing something just to make sure I stay in shape.
Yeah.
With a busier schedule, it getting more demanding physically on the mountain and competition. Yeah, I think for me, having very distinct on and off times really helps me in the long term. So it's more sustainable rather than, maybe I'll do this or we could do that then. It's like, no, this is when we're on and this is when we're off.
Yeah.
And then it helps me relax when I'm not actually doing my snowboarding and competing and training.
So we're going to stir it through. So there's a different way you can stir it. So a normal stir would be like that.
Yeah, no.
Folding's different.
Let's go real.
Folding.
It's like my eggs. I do my eggs with a fold.
Oh, like with a J fold.
Yeah.
So then you got it. You've been quite open, I think.
Biceps.
In the news about, well, not news, but like press interviews and stuff that you've done about, your own mental health experiences.
Yeah.
And I guess you've just had a baby, you and Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice for them to see people they love being open about it and not it being stigmatized, especially for boys.
Yeah.
What do you hope when he sees you being open about these things as he gets older when it comes to like being, I don't know, his like authentic self and just being open and okay with it?
Yeah, I think we, particularly for males, like, not showing too much emotion or anything like that. But I think I would hope, my hope would be that he would always feel comfortable to talk to me about everything. And more so, when I say everything, when you make a mistake or you don't feel good about something or you're uncomfortable about maybe a decision you've already made, like that would be, I guess that would be the dream as a parent. But, if that was the case, that would be incredible. But I actually, I've always been really inclined to speak pretty freely and openly about how I feel with stuff because I think it's important. And the world we live in now, it's very hard to find people that are authentic, I find. What do they say? Don't meet your heroes. I've definitely met some of my heroes that I perceive to be, people that they weren't really in the end. So I'm always, really, if you see what you see on my social media or you meet me, I hope I'm the same person.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I told you earlier, I thought you were really funny on your social media.
And then I created a children's book called Mookie vs. Big Scary. One of my favorite books recently, I read it to Leo like every time I can, is Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. Have you read that?
Yeah.
And it says it's really appealing to me because the whole book is about, sometimes you win and sometimes you won't. Writing the children's books, I think, as you said, it was about championing the journey rather than the end goal.
What got you into it to start?
I mean, I really love Disney films. I've always found there's like really great cryptic lessons throughout Disney films for adults, obviously, and for kids.
Yeah. And
same. I have 5 other nieces and nephews. 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I was asking my brother and my sister if they, had read any books that would kind of like, I guess, have a little bit more of a messaging rather than just reading a book. And they were both, very encouraging at the thought that, Mookie could be something that kids would gravitate to try and learn lessons, but also most importantly, be playful and have
enjoy
fun with it as well.
Yeah.
I love that, we did that. So we wrote 2 books, which was awesome. And to answer your question, I think being open and transparent and honest is important. And I think people really see that. They see through that these days. I would always want Leo and my kids, or my friends even as well, and my family, to feel like you can talk about things, because I think sometimes we see too many things that look too perfect, because majority of the time that's not the case.
So first of all, you want to put them in the fridge, and you want them to be in there a minimum of an hour, minimum, but if not overnight.
Okay.
Once you've done that and it's sat, so you're going to want to fill it 2/3 full. You don't want to overfill it, because they will go lopsided.
It'll be one big shell.
And you want to then just put it into the middle of the shell. The longer I find you refrigerate it, the better the little humps get and the rise. I think you've got a pretty good amount going on.
I might be a little less, but that one's looking a little sad.
Yeah, you can add a little bit more to that one.
You add some chocky. I think raspberry white chocolate's
your go-to.
my go.
So you're going to put at 220, depending on your oven. Put it in for 6 minutes. After the bell goes, you're going to switch it around, swizzle it round, and then another 4 minutes at 200. So you drop it by 20 degrees. You want to put it on the middle, that's it, the middle shelf in there. That's it, yeah, that's good. Put it on there. And then we're going to measure 6 minutes.
Time, I got it. Baking might be my retirement plan. I'm Scotty Madeleine James now.
Coat it enough, and then put the Madeleine in, and then we'll set it.
Okay. Then you put it in the fridge.
In the freezer, yeah. We'll chuck it in the freezer. I know as well that you've recently started filming a documentary.
Very true. It's actually about baking.
God damn it.
It's the transition from snowboarding to baking, and this is my first go. No, I have a production company called 11 Oakland Media.
Yeah.
Myself and my brothers run it, and we have a huge portfolio of archive footage. And to be honest, we never used it. We haven't really ever told my story in depth. So we felt that it was a really good time and opportunity to do so. So that's going to be the documentary. Comes out end of this year, which is exciting. And it's been a pretty interesting experience, because when you do documentaries, we talked about before, you really do need to be open to showing the world who you are, and that can be relatively intimidating and scary, but we've had a really fun time. I get along with a director who's helping us really well, and it's been fun. So I'm excited to put some things out there in the world and see how it goes.
Do you think it's going to surprise people? Like things about you maybe they didn't know? Or,
I don't know,
I feel like there's a personality, isn't there? Like when you do anything and it's forward-facing, there's like an element, the person people see. And then when it's like behind the scenes, old footage, quite vulnerable moments as
Funnily
well.
enough, the thing for me will probably be my competitiveness.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily portray that day to day. Like I'm very, I would say just very low key, try and have a laugh. I don't take life too seriously, but I take it pretty seriously when I'm in competition.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be interesting for people to see that contrast. And we have a lot of footage from those moments, which will be cool. But to be honest, I think I've always been very true to myself. So I'm not nervous about how I'll be portrayed, because I think who I am is already up.
I mean, like the little parts of you that you maybe like, if it was me, I think there'd be parts of my life I'd keep.
Yeah.
For me, maybe.
Yeah, it's a great question. And I had that same,
where's the line?
It's very revealing. Where's the line of what you keep to yourself and then what you're happy for people to know about you?
Yeah.
Mine was more so not necessarily on personal things. It was more so on performance, because I'm still competing. I still want to be very competitive. I still want to win.
Yeah.
So it was finding a line of, what do I want people to know about me, more so on a performance level.
Oh, look at that.
They're like perfectly bronzed.
That's what you want.
Well baked.
Look at that.
Oh, there you go.
It's got the hump on it.
Yep.
This
is
is
next level Madeleine baking.
If you could make anything, if you could like learn to make anything, food-wise, what would it be?
Sushi.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, if I could learn how to make sushi, that would be amazing.
I feel like if you can make Madeleines, you can make sushi.
True.
I think so.
Freezer?
In the freezer.
We almost lost them.
What about the project you've just done for creating spaces for people to come and learn to snowboard?
Yes, we
And be accessible.
So I bought a 16-foot mini half pipe shaper, which is more
You're gonna have to explain that to me.
Yeah, so the shaper, it looks like a big, kind of shaped like a U.
Okay.
And yeah, I bought it and I gave it to a resort in Australia at Thredbo.
Yeah.
It's called Mookie's Mini Pipe, and it's basically a smaller scaled down version of what I snowboard in, which is a 22-foot half pipe. And I
Is this the
wanted
one on your social media where you do all the jumps?
Yeah, so we get a bunch of kids to come and we ride and we have a day and I try and teach them some fundamentals of snowboarding, and we just basically have a fun competition. And the reason for doing it is riding a 22-foot half pipe straight off the bat can be quite daunting. So
I mean,
giving
even just
kids,
putting on skis is...
yeah, giving kids more more accessible to a smaller half pipe was really important. So I did that, and it's been really fun to have that event and have the kids there.
How important is it for them to kind of...
Can I put these in here?
Yeah, to enjoy it. Do this for the rest of my life and stuff.
The enjoyment part is everything. I
Yeah.
think initially your first impression of it needs to be that you enjoy it and you love it and you have a lot of fun with your friends doing it, or your family, whoever you go to the mountains with, because that's what gets you through the tough moments later in your career, and I can vouch for that. So yeah, I think that first impression is incredibly important. So yeah, making sure the kids see riding half pipe as a fun experience and something fun to do is really important. I think we get that out of the mini pipe, which is cool. So
How accessible is snowboarding? Because you're in Australia, right?
yes, for Australians, I have a lot of respect for any Australians that pursue winter sport generally. We're obviously far away from
Any cold weather.
pretty much cold weather, or, we do have good resorts in Australia, but when it comes to making a profession, you need to be traveling overseas, you need to be competing in Europe and America. So yeah, it's a huge commitment for the athlete, for the family, and financially, as well as, obviously time spent to get there. So yeah, it's not easy. It's not hugely accessible, but that's when the love and the passion exceeds all those things, and you just find a way to make it work.
I guess there's an element of...
I dunk 'em in here.
Yeah, not necessarily sacrifice is the right word. Well, maybe it probably is sacrifice, because I said earlier, when you're a teenager, you're sacrificing things.
I'm going crazy here.
Go wild.
Yeah, going overseas is probably the biggest challenge, the biggest commitment. Like when I was 12, I went away with my coach and his sister at the time, who was a professional in my same discipline. And, I was gone, from 12 or 13 by myself with my coach across the world.
Really, on your own?
Yeah, my family would come and visit me.
Yeah.
But I'm one of four, so my mum and dad needed to be home and working to also afford for me to be doing what I was doing. So yeah, I mean, generally the story goes on, but yeah, it is a huge commitment. So I'm very grateful for them to have let me pursue my passion.
What would you do if you didn't do snowboarding?
I'd be making Madeleines.
You. This will take long. But it's like, is there anything that you think that sounds, even if you haven't got the qualifications, or you didn't go to uni, whatever it is there anything that you think, that's my kind of like a brain
probably something
surgeon
in sport. Yeah. I would have stayed in sport, or I love aviation. I started getting my planes license, my pilot's license, sorry.
How many hours have you done? Because you got to have
I got up to about 20 by myself, or 15. But yeah, it got busy and I wasn't able to fly as much as I wanted to.
It's a lot of time you have to put into
But yeah, probably something like that, maybe.
That's pretty cool.
But I'm one of the lucky ones that has gotten to see out their passion and pursue it, and take it as far as I can.
We love to ask people the question in the magazine and throughout about what brings them joy.
What brings me most joy, so that would fill me up the most, my soul, is honestly probably sitting around a campfire with my family.
You love camping?
Yeah, I love camping. And I grew up camping a lot when I was a kid. So I still am a kid. I'm just a tall kid. But yeah, probably that, to be honest. Very simple, very basic, but that makes me really happy.
That's so, you got to get a picture. I'm going to leave that one to take with you because
That's the best Madeleine
that's the
I've
best
ever had
one.
in my life.
Is it good?
Yep.
Should I have one?
Yep.
I'll have the small one.
There you go.
Really good.
How did we do? Pretty happy with that.
It's got the raspberries in it too.
That's yum.
I'm so impressed.
Madeleines.
Good
We did
job. You did it.